As he prepares for his first race as a full-time driver with his new team Mercedes, George Russell has stated that he has no rivalry with colleague Lewis Hamilton. With Hamilton only having 4 teammates in his 15 years in F1 and being labelled as the hardest driver to be a teammate, will Russell struggle this year to succeed, or will he surpass Hamilton even if it means starting a rivalry between the two? As always, before we get into the details, please consider liking and subscribing, especially if you love F1 as much as we do. When he takes to the track for the Formula One season opener in Bahrain this weekend, the 24-year-old from Kings Lynn said he is only excited for the challenge of working alongside Hamilton, whom he looked up to as a superhero as a child. Hamilton has won several championships and is in his 16th season in Formula One, with 7 world titles to his credit, whilst Russell is still in the early stages of his career. He is highly regarded and expected to confront Hamilton with a true challenge, but he sees the relationship as collaborative rather than competitive. "We are at different stages of our careers. Lewis has nothing to prove. He is statistically the greatest driver of all time. I think he wants me to succeed, and he truly wants to help me," he said. "It's incredibly exciting that I find myself in a win-win scenario. You're going up against the greatest of all time who has beaten everybody. I can only learn from him." With Mercedes on the back foot due to a porpoising downforce problem on straights that causes the car to bounce violently, Russell emphasized that the two were dedicated to working together despite the fact that they were up against tough competition. "There is really good respect between Lewis and I," he said. "We both recognize we need to work together to push forward because our competition isn't with each other, it is against Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren. If we start battling internally, trying to be secretive about setups, it's not going to benefit anybody. We are all here to win, and beating your teammate is not the sole goal for any of us." Russell began karting at the age of 8 in 2006, and Hamilton debuted in Formula One the following year. He's been a part of the Mercedes junior driving program since 2017, and at the end of last season he was signed the seat to replace Valtteri Bottas, a move he acknowledges would have been difficult for him to accept when he was younger. "It is surreal in a way," he added. "When you're a kid, you believe they're superheroes. It's funny when I look at it now that I'm lining up alongside Lewis." During Russell's 3 seasons with Williams, he consistently outperformed the car that was stuck towards the rear of the field. He was great in wet weather to finish second on the grid at Spa last year, and he did the same in qualifying for the Russian GP last year. When he stood in for Hamilton, who had contracted COVID during the Sakir Grand Prix in 2020, he showed he was completely at ease on the big stage. Russell qualified second on the grid for his debut race for Mercedes at the Bahrain International Circuit, and after taking the lead, he was in control of the race and on his way to a win until a team pit stop error and subsequently a puncture lost him the top spot. He'll have no qualms about kicking off his full-time Mercedes career at the track where he made such an impression 2 years ago. According to a key member of the team, Mercedes' morale was shattered after Lewis Hamilton was denied an 8th championship in disputed circumstances at last year's season finale. But this season is a whole different scenario for both Russell and Hamilton, as they appear to be lagging well behind Red Bull and Ferrari, and possibly only on par with AlphaTauri and Alpine. Hamilton went through a similar period with McLaren from 2009 to 2013, and was always able to still be competitive even in a car that was not the best or even second best on the grid. But can he do the same again? Mercedes are confident that they can overcome the issues they're experiencing and that it is not a major design flaw but just some areas of the car that need to be changed or redesigned. If they can do this, Russell and Hamilton will have a chance at getting race wins and fighting for the championship. But time is really of importance for Mercedes, as Red Bull and Ferrari seem to be fast and consistent, and a gap of 3 or 4 races without performance for Mercedes will see them fall behind in both championships and leave them with an insurmountable deficit to catch the other 2 teams. Russell has shown he is the ultimate team player, as shown in the Hungarian Grand Prix, where he asked the team to prioritize his teammate Nicolas Latifi in order for the team to score its first points. With the pair working together, Mercedes can fast-track their way back to the front, but will it be too late? So, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, especially if you love F1 as much as we do.